have a 2012 Ford Edge Limited. The Ford Edge sets itself in kind of a strange SUV market. It's kind of in between a mid-size SUV and a three-row family SUV. It doesn't have 3 rows of seats, but it does seem a little bit bigger and a little bit more premium than just your average mid-size crossover, like a Ford Escape or a Honda CR-V. It sets itself in the crossover size market, which is kind of a strange market. Vehicles in this market are kind of like the Santa Fe Sport. It's kind of a cross in between their mid-size SUV and their 3-row SUV. The Ford Edge and Santa Fe Sport both sell like crazy. Almost every SUV I see on the road is one of them. And it's really because it's such a cool market of SUV. But why haven't other brands like Chevrolet, Toyota, Honda gotten into this market as well by selling these kind of mixed sized vehicles? It's a very popular market and you could probably make a lot of money on it. So why aren't they selling? That's the question today. The Ford Edge first went on sale in 2007, and the Ford Edge as a vehicle was meant to basically be Ford's new take on an SUV coming into the 21st century. And it was kind of this crossover size vehicle. It's pretty much exactly like this one. In 2010 though, they ended that generation, and in 2011 they came up with this new generation, which is more of a facelift than a true update. And it came with, of course, a new front, a new rear, and tons of new tech inside. Now, this being a 2012 has all of the most recent, basically, Ford tech. Now, there is a new generation that came out a couple years ago, and that, of course, is even better. It has way more tech, way more, different looks on the outside. But this generation here is very nice. I like the looks to it. It's very kind of subtle. It really fits in. The new Ford Edge is a little bit, strange. I don't really love the rear end on the new one, but I do like this generation, and I think it's very nice inside and out. Let's go take a look at the exterior and interior of this Ford Edge. Look around the Ford Edge. It's very nice. This is in a nice black color, and the limited version gives you lots of nice chrome running down the windows and those nice 5-spoke wheels. Coming towards the rear, you have these taillights, and they're kind of LED like, but I do believe it's a halogen. They have a reverse lights and turn signals there. Looking down to the bottom there, you have dual outlet exhaust, and that's coming from, of course, the 3.5 liter V6. Move towards the front again. With HID headlights, turn signals, and then LED daytime running lights towards the bottom, and a nice big grill. Moving on to the front here, we have the 3.5 liter V6 up in the front here, and it makes 285 horsepower, which is pretty impressive for the class. Also among those choices were a 2-liter EcoBoost, just a regular 4-cylinder engine, no turbos, and also was the addition of the Sport model. And I'm not sure if you really guys know what the Sport model is, but it's Ford's kind of upgraded performance models. They have an Explorer Sport as well, and then they also have the Edge and the Fusion, and those come with higher output V6s, and it was the 3.7 liter V6 that went in the Sport version, but this is just a 3.5. Stepping inside, we have Ford's smart key access system here. Ford badge is missing, but otherwise it's a pretty good key. You have remote start up top here, lock, unlock, this pops the trunk, it's a power lift gate, and then you have your alarm. It's a very nice key, it feels good in your hands, and it's actually a pretty exciting looking key because most keys in this class are pretty square looking, but it's a nice kind of triangular shape, I guess you would call it. It's nice. So to remote start it, just push lock, and then push this twice. And the 3.5 starts right up for you. To shut it off, just push it again. And it turns right off. Yeah, let's inside right now. Of course we have the key system to get into, but just put your hand behind the handle and it will unlock right for you. Taking a first look inside, the interior is very attractive. I really like this center gauge here. It's very nice and has your what gear you're in on the right there, and then your speedometer in the middle, and then you have these two configurable helper screens on the left and right side. Moving down here, you have a very nice size infotainment system with this typical forward-looking buttons down here, and your 6-speed automatic transmission here. Now that we're inside, let's start it up. So all you have to do is put your foot on the brake. To start it up. Now that we're inside, so it's basically 4 different, control layouts. So you have your phone in the top left corner, navigation in the top right corner, entertainment, which is basically radio and all that, in the bottom left corner, and then you have all your climate in the bottom right corner. So let's take a look first at climate. So basically in the top corner, like I said, you have your phone, and that'll show up there, so phone people and that. This vehicle does have navigation, the SD card isn't in, so I can't show you that. You do have navigation, and if you don't, it gives you like a little system. But anyway, on to climate. So all of your climate can basically be controlled from this one center display here. You can also control it from down here too with all the buttons. So you have your air conditioning, and your temperature and your fan speed all down here. But then of course up here you also have your heated seat controls and where you want the air to go, so you can just go into your face or your feet. So that's all controlled through here. So you never really do have to touch down here, but I think you probably need to always have this screen open, unless of course you have the same climate on all the time. So that's pretty easy to use. And then if you go over to radio here, it's a pretty easy system, so you got all the presets in the bottom here. On the left though, you have all of your controls for which kind of stations you want to listen to, so either AM, FM, Sirius, CB, all of that on the left here, which is good because on some cars you have to push a source button and then it goes into detail after about all the different things, but this here it's all display too, so you can easily change it with just pushing one button, which is good. Moving down here, you have your 6-speed automatic transmission shifter, and it does have a manual mode, which is good, and then your gears can control from the left here. There's a plus or minus for changing gears with, and then you have 2 good size cup holders here, and they do have ambient lighting in them, which is really nice. Moving down here, you have a really deep center console that has your USB through here, your auxiliary, and it does have 12-volt outlet here too, and lots of good storage down here. It's actually a giant center console, which is nice. And of course, you have even more storage space underneath the center console, or sorry, the center display, just like in the Prius. Moving over to the left here, we have the window controls, and the quality material isn't too good up here. It's hard to touch. You move down here, it's nice leather padded for your arm. It's all hard to touch up here. And then you have this nice wood veneer thing here, and it doesn't look too bad or too fake. Of course, it is fake, but it looks actually pretty good. And it's nice soft touch here, but of course, all the rest out here, it's all hard to touch, like expected. Moving over to the center display here, we have, of course, on your left and right, 2 helper screens on each side of your really nice center gauge here, and it has your speed in the middle there, and which gear you're in. Moving over to the left helper display, you have lots of controls for the different things you want. So you otherwise have your tachometer, your fuel economy, and you control your trips. So mileage there, and it has mileage on the bottom, and then your fuel in between your helper screen and your speedometer. On the right there, you control the same 4 screens here basically. So you can go from climate, navigation, phone, or your radio system, all from there, and you have control through the screen, which is nice. On your left here, you have your turn signals, and on your right, you have your wiper stop. Moving over to the steering wheel, you have 2 big buttons on either side of the horn area to basically control the screens on each side. So left one goes left, and the right one goes the right. And then you have all of your cruise controls on the left here, and on the right you have your phone controls and the radio controls. And over here you have your headlights, and you have your speedometer buttons and some other stuff like that too. That's really nice. The quality, I'm actually surprised, is really good, and although most of the stuff that you wouldn't touch isn't so good, but all the stuff you do touch is nice. Let's go and take a look now at the rear sides. taking a look at the rear seats right now. I apologize for all this stuff, but they're decent. I like the leather here, and it has this nice stitching to it, which is good. So let's take it inside. So the driver's seat has plenty of room in front of it, and I still have decent leg room down here. Tons of knee room. Foot space is a little bit cramped, but tons of space otherwise. And the seats here are really comfortable. Shutting the door. Headroom is pretty good too. And overall, it's a good back seat. You can easily seat 3 people across, and I think this is mainly the reason why people like these crossovers so much, because there's just a lot of space all over the place. In the back, in the front, and especially in these rear seats here. There's tons of space. And you do have rear seat air vents down there, which is good. Now taking a look at the trunk, let's open this up. And you have a power tailgate, of course, which is nice. And there is a ton of space back here. I mean, you can fit a ton of stuff back here, which is really nice. And of course, you can fold down the seats here, all from the push of a button. That, which is really cool, and it makes loading stuff in here super easy. And it's a great sized trunk. It's super impressive what this class has to offer. It's pretty easy to tell why Ford and Hyundai sell so many of these crossover vehicles. There's just so much space and so much premium feel in them that really surprises me, and I'm sure it surprises lots of other people about what there is in this class, and it is extremely impressive to see. Now, why do other companies start selling these vehicles? I don't know. I think that they had a good chance selling them, but I think it's because mid-size crossovers are starting to take over more, and they're getting ton of popularity. I mean, there's so many SUVs. Every day I go out and I see just more SUVs than any other type of car, just because people love them so much. They're so practical, and they're really just cool cars to own. So that's why I personally think that other makers aren't selling crossovers like this. But the Ford Edge, it's a fantastic car. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. As I've said in previous videos, I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So make sure to subscribe. I have a ton of cool content coming out, a lot more cars, and a lot more cool stuff that I'm about to do soon. So make sure to subscribe, and also check out my Instagram at DylanMGarage, and my website, link is in the description. So make sure to check them out. I've had a lot of fun filming today, and make sure to subscribe and like the video.